Welcome. I'm Trish Ely with eXp Realty. I'm a broker associate in the state of Florida, and I'm here with Diane Ballons, who is a short sale negotiator, but also understands every aspect of processing a loan if you get behind in your payments. We've already discussed two possible options. One is loan modification. There's a video just before this you can watch if you want to know more about that. And deed in lieu, we also just went over. And now we're going to discuss short sale and Diana, who is best to do a short sale? Why would you do a short sale instead of a deed in lieu or a loan modification?
Well, there's a couple of other, there's so many reasons to do a short sale that are a benefit to the borrower. Basically, you're not paying your mortgage. You're about, you haven't paid for 3 months. So now you know that you're in a situation where you're going to go into pre-foreclosure.
Right.
So once you've hit pre-foreclosure, you know that you have a hardship. So eventually the lender will file a lis pendens and things will change. Depending on the lender, of course, they can all take different amounts of time. I mean, some lenders go quick, some go slow. I mean, depends on how long the lender will take.
Is there any way to predict that? Not really.
No, not really. I've seen them go very quick, and I've seen some that have dragged out years. So I know people that haven't paid their mortgage in years.
I do too.
So
let me ask you this. Say I've gone and fought my bank for a long number of years, and now I want to do a short sale. I fought them forever, but they're really making my life tough. Can I do it, or are they still going to stop me from doing that?
No, of course you can do it.
You can always do a short sale.
You can do your short sale, absolutely. There's a couple of lenders that will not allow short sale, like I have said in a previous video clip. But most lenders, of course, will offer you that opportunity. And it's a great opportunity. There's a lot of benefits because,
Let's list the benefits.
Okay.
I know some, but I want you to just list them.
All right. Your credit score will not be affected as long. I know people that are, purchasing homes within 2 years because the lender's looking at it as a hardship. And basically, years ago, we've had half of the program is gone. It did benefit a lot of people.
Just for the record, I have a number of lenders that will do allow purchases very, very close to a short sale, even as short as 6 months.
Oh yeah.
In certain situations, if you call me, I'll go over all the details with you. But I know a lot of people that are able to buy homes almost immediately. Yeah. Many times the home that they've gone through a divorce, somebody's died, a major income earner is out, and they're in a $1.2 million home and they want to move into a $300,000 home. Yeah. Lenders understand that. They understand the dynamics there.
They have to, since so many people have been affected by that market.
Yes.
I mean, it used to be that everybody would say, oh my goodness, I don't want to tell anybody that I'm facing hardship.
I know.
But now you sit at a table and you can all openly say, oh, did you do a short? Oh, so did I. So it's like sitting there and you just completely feel comfortable, I don't know. It's different times.
When I talk to people and I go up to people's houses and I knock on the door because they're behind in a payment and find out if I can help them in any way. I have a master's degree in social work. If I can help you in any way, I'm more than glad to help you. Even if you don't want to list your property, that's fine with me. If I can help, I'm glad to help. But when I knock on the door, many times people, when they talk to you, Diana, by that time they're starting to feel comfortable. But before that state, I've seen people suicidal, so depressed that they can hardly walk out their door. They're terrified somebody's going to serve them and flex some paper on them. They're looking at the cars that are passing their house. It's a horrific feeling.
It is.
It is an absolutely. So if they file and they hire you as a negotiator, what does that cost them?
Nothing.
I know. And what is the attorney that you're working with? What does that cost?
Actually, Ted, if he has to file notice or anything, it would be wonderful. But honestly, no.
Nothing.
Nothing.
The fees go to the bank.
To the bank.
Okay.
Everything
And
goes to the lender.
what are the fees for the realtor?
Commission.
No, they don't have to pay anything.
Well, no, they don't have to pay any fees.
No,
No,
my point is that
your point
the
is
buyers,
that nobody
buyers,
pays anything.
there's a lot of people I see, and I see them in the MLS. They have a short sale negotiator, and they say it's a, $2,500 to $5,000 fee, and many times the problem with that is, people see that and they don't want to look at the house because the house already is, might have an older roof or some other repairs, and they go, and I have to add, I barely have 3% down. I can't afford to buy this house.
True.
And it's a first time homeowner's house.
Right.
So basically we make sure that the bank covers the sale of the home, all the fees associated that with the attorney, you as a negotiator, it's all covered 100%.
Yeah.
That's a very important thing to know up front.
Absolutely.
And that's why, I see them in the MLS all the time, and I know I have buyers that they're FHA and they only have 3% down, and they
can't afford it.
They can't afford to pay that huge amount to, and then the house doesn't get sold, and then it's foreclosed, and on and on and on. So so it's not as bad of a ding on your credit. And
nope.
And what are the other advantages?
Well, myself, and I know that most negotiators will do a short sale review and make sure that you have a waiver of deficiency of the balance. So at the
explain what a waiver of deficiency means.
Okay. If the bank agrees to short your property and accept the offer,
yes,
they will waive the remaining balance of your loan.
And waiving means that they don't owe that money.
Oh, it's gone.
It's gone forever. And
gone
so they
forever.
will get a waiver of deficiency.
On their approval letter,
And they're done, basically. The bad debt is off their credit. It's gone, and they cooperated with the bank, so the bank is much more likely to
forgive them and allow them to get a better credit score quicker and just,
get on with their life.
Start over. Yeah.
I've had buyers that have bought houses after short sales, and the banks look at them entirely different than somebody that went through foreclosure. Entirely different.
Well, and everybody also has that fear that, so this was a second home. This wasn't my first home. I have to see what's going to happen on the tax day. What's going to happen with my taxes?
What's going to happen with the taxes?
Okay, it's a very, always asked question at the end of the short sale. So basically, you bring your approval letter and a copy of your certified HUD over to your accountant, and they have a form that they use that is also just like the short sale application. It is actually a hardship letter. Okay. It's a hardship, and that goes in, and basically they do the same thing that I just did with the short sale.
So the information, the waiver of deficiency letter that you have, they take that over to their accountant.
Along with their certified HUD.
And their certified HUD.
Yep.
They take those two documents. And then with those two documents, their accountant also does a hardship letter to get out of the taxes that they would have.
It's a form,
And okay, explain some of the situations, keeping the confidentiality of your customers and our clients. Explain some of the situations that develop in hardship. I can think of some that we've done together where a guy that was a contractor and perfectly physically fit, young, and he was halfway through a remodel, and he was in a major car accident and could barely walk.
Yeah.
And he was unable to make his payments. The house was half done. The bathrooms didn't work. Yeah. And were we able to sell that house?
Yeah.
And
Trish, she got a contract really fast on that one, and everything just went really quick. I think we probably had that approved and closed within 3 months. About 3 months, right?
And there's been other situations with veterans who were just upside down. They a couple I'm thinking of, and she was very, very ill, and they had huge medical bills. That's another common scenario, right? What other scenarios do you see?
Well, divorce. Divorce is a big one.
Yes.
Oh, excuse me. Very bad cough. in any case, divorce is one of the big ones that I see all the time. And then they fear that something is not going to work out for their divorce with the short sale. They get scared, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? How are we going to collect all the documents,
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It just holds people back from doing, what's best for them.
So when you have a divorce and there needs to be a short sale, you deal with both parties.
Yep.
And you help them come to the best agreement. And then the tax waiver, the deficiency waiver is off both parties.
Right. Very importantly, document collection.
Okay.
Okay? You have to excuse me. Document collection.
Yes.
Is basically only the person on the mortgage.
Okay.
Okay? They don't have to use the spouse if they're not on the mortgage.
Okay, so document collection.
They'll have to sign at closing, but they don't have to submit documents.
Only the person on the loan. If they're on title but not on the loan, they
Correct.
do not have to do all the paperwork. Okay.
Yes.
And you're used to dealing with both parties in those very
Absolutely.
difficult, very uncomfortable situations.
Absolutely.
And you're used to doing the short sales and working it all out and negotiating with the bank so that they get the noose off of them.
Of course.
Okay. Okay, let's explain a couple other. I'm going to end this right now because we're going to do another video segment on this in just a minute. Thank you very much.